Okay.
I'm so excited. It's the RMP. It's the scary new team that took down the #1 seed, and now they're going up against Sea-Doo, Bez, and Trill of the Windwalker DK. And I actually did get one quick comment. I got to talk to Nuked before this game, and he said that he's actually wanted the Windwalker DK. He said that he was more afraid of the Warrior Mage. What do you think about that, Sid?
I don't know. OTK, Windwalker DK, you got a Priest on your team. I feel like Priest is never happy with Windwalker DK, but so far a good setup here. Triple crowd control. No Sap or Poly though on the blind. Trill gonna paralyze the Rogue and avoid the fight here. Now trying to get set up, feared away at the moment. They're swapping to Sea-Doo. Really mixing it up. I haven't seen a Shaman swap by a Rogue Mage in a long time. They're gonna pre-barrier on the setup. Oh, Ring of Peace knocking them out of the barrier. Nice play by Trill. We got those grippy hands coming out from Mez, pulling the entire team together. This is gonna be tough to heal through, but Zuni trades out the Rapture. Big power word shields coming in onto the whole team. Pushing aggressively on top of Sea-Doo. Are they gonna go for another Shaman attempt or a smoke bomb maybe? They go for another stun into Ring of Frost, swap to Trill in the cheap shots. Meteor connects onto Trill. Diffuse and Karma gonna trade, but I think it's more than fair for the combustion. And the Shadow Blade's now nuked in trouble, dipping low, trying to Fulp and shapeshift away, recovering with Shadow Men's in the back line, and trying to get on top of Sea-Doo maybe to find a polymorph, but this is a lot of damage they need to deal with. Grip into triple stun. That's Zwen called out by Trill. That Zwen Tiger does so much damage.
Oh, there is no question about it. Nuke is in a lot of trouble as he's forced into the ice block. And this is kind of an unexpected surprise. Normally, every Windwalker in the game, they end up playing Kyrian. You get Weapons of Order. It's a lot of damage. Well, guess what? Trill is going to be playing Necro Lord. So he has the frictionless coating. When he gets below 50% health, he gets a nice little shield. So if you're used to killing a Windwalker monk, and all of a sudden he's getting shields when he gets lows, stuns are reduced on him because he's playing Sephuz, it is an absolute nightmare to take down a monk with this kind of survivability. I don't know what Trust the Process is going to do. I mean, Zayuni at this point, 20% mana. They may have said that they wanted the Windwalker DK, but I don't know if they wanted this Windwalker DK.
They didn't want it. They definitely didn't want it. This damage is insane. Cauterized procs. Nuke is out of there. What? But they just swap it over onto the Rogue, and he's going to go down too. Trill going to trinket as well. And no one is safe on the side of Trust the Process. OTK coming in and showing them what's up. Oh, you want Windwalker DK? No problem. We'll give you Windwalker DK. Look at the damage difference.
Yep.
Trill did as much damage as their whole team.
That's kind of
more, actually.
Trill's pretty good.
But in this map, in this mirror, with these players, Ceralium is definitely doing a better job on the big maps. His very defensive playstyle is working out great. I like the small map pick. I want Jamili to just get in their face. This is the thing that he excels at the most. Big aggressive opener here. Sacrifice trades immediately. And I just want Jamili and Korlek to push on top of them and just not allow Ceralium to do this kind of this game where he baits Nick behind the pillar and spam crowd controls him and is just blinking away the whole game. That's what Ceralium excels at the most. I think Jamili could, play this one a little bit more aggressive, but it's looking like they're not going to be doing that too much. Definitely in this opening stages, though, Charlotte Phoenix pulls out ahead, getting that early sacrifice.
It's the big button, man. And, back in the day, we used to watch Jamili ooh, here we go, Meteor going out on the Ceralium. Doesn't look like there's any CC. But what I was going to say is, back in the day, Jamili would, go to Blade's Edge when I swear it didn't even make sense. And it was just because, it would, funnel players into having to engage and getting into that action. And so let's see if the small map will work out for him. Full ring lands onto Korlek. Jamili gets locked out as well. Not on Frost, but on Fire. And he's taking huge damage. Nice intervene from Nick is going to stop that during that CC chain. It looks like they're going to get away with having to use that sacrifice or getting cauterized. For now, Korlek desperately trying to keep Jamili up. Is that cauterized? I don't know. It was very close to it, if not. And it just moments like that can completely shift the momentum of this game.
All right, let's see if they can push forward. Jamili once again barely recovering. Korlek just spamming out Holy Lights. Mana pretty even here. The only thing is, when you lock that small map, you're pretty much surrendering the drinks too. It's gonna be really difficult to drink, and they needed to drink in a lot of these games to try and put themselves back in it. So let's see if they can play through with this aggressive play style and net a win. Brain now in a fear. Ceralium in a stun. War Banner gets dropped here, but is it gonna matter? Ceralium takes a big hit. Is Brain ready? He's repositioning away from Corlick. Corlick's trying to charge in. Cerulean blinks back. Polymorphing Nick. Nick dispelled. Jamili the target, doing a ton of damage. Corlick Divine Tolls. Jamili tries to poly. Drake Bladestorm immunes it. Staying on target. Brain charges in. Corlick in a stun. Drake avatars out of the root. Drake is getting the upper hand here in the exchange against Jamili. Desperate, he Dragon's Breast Drake, but now he's pinned down in that Spear Bastion. How are they going to trade for this situation? This is the scariest moment for the team. They stop the crowd control. No, a Dragon's Breath to follow up, and Corlick has to respond. Trinket and Sacrifice to begin to stabilize. Now they need to try and turn it around, but Nick is taking quite a bit of damage from that intervene, and Corlick is taking damage from the Sacrifice. Cerulean down to half here. Charlotte Phoenix need to find crowd control, but they get intercepted again. Double stun lock here. Will they be able to pull off a victory? Corlick is just dying to a dot. They're swapping to Corlick. He's very low. Brain almost killed Corlick. Now Brain caught in a blinding light. Cerulean falling behind. Charlotte Phoenix look to put themselves back in the game here with this Ring of Frost. Drake denies the kill with Rally, but Cerulean is storm bolted up. He trinkets, he blinks out of the meteor. Brain's still going to respect the exchange and trade Sacrifice. A bit of an overlap though on both medallions. An opportunity to exploit certainly. Corlick once again getting low on health. Brain catches him in a blinding light. Are they going to go for the kill here or Ring of Frost? A Ring of Frost, Nick in a Frost Nova in a Polymorph. Everybody locked down in crowd control. Jamili's in a 3-on-1. Huge damage incoming. He's going to pop that Blazing Barrier. Gets gripped back in from that Spear Bastion. Corlick is still in crowd control. Jamili blinks back to the pillar. Drake charges over, pummels the Poly. He's desperate. They drop another rallying cry, and they do manage to stabilize. That was good kiting by Jamili.
Yeah, certainly well done. He manages to hold on to that ice block, but I don't know how much longer he can hold on to it. There's the cauterize. He's getting low. Doesn't want to get too low. Caught into a Stormbolt. Greeting it so hard. The big heal comes in the same second. That's the one time. That feels bad. You try to greet it. You play so patient, but then ends up wasting the ice block, unfortunately there, but you definitely can't blame him in that situation. But now, Charlotte Phoenix, this is a scary moment for them. Although Jamili does have his combustion and Cerulean has no cauterize. They could just blow Cerulean right out of the water. And this is where Charlotte Phoenix could really strike back. If they get a meteor with this combustion, big combustion coming in, Cerulean, what is he going to do? Needs to be very careful. He does not have that cheat death, but Brain in a prime position with no crowd control. If they just had been a little bit more patient with any crowd control on Brain, I think they could have taken Cerulean down or at least forced an ice block. But now it's going to be Charlotte Phoenix on the back foot, although Corlick in a good spot. Divine Favor, big heals on Jamili. Mana not looking good for either one of these teams, but I'd say Corlick has a lot more cooldowns to work with in this spot.
Yeah, he's got Bubble, he's got Sack, he's got Trinket. John might not have Cauterize or Block, but there's no Trinket or Sack available for Brian. He gets caught in a Hodge, Stormbolt on Cerulean. He gets out of it, however, but he's taking huge damage. The Warbanner goes down to stop the CC chain, but it gets affected on that blind, and that's big. Brian is able to get out of the CC, and Cerulean should be okay, but Corlick, throughout that whole encounter, had to use his Sacrifice. Huge trade. But they could easily swap to him on that. These sacrifices hurt so much now. Polymorph follows up onto Brain, but the sacrifice is keeping Cerulean A-okay for now, and both of these teams are just trading blow for blow. Corlick forced the bubble out of the Polymorph as Jamili is tapped on cooldown, and they don't have a sacrifice. They don't have a bubble. All they have is Trinket. That is not going to be enough to keep Jamili alive moving forward.
That Dragon's Breath Poly really saved the day here. That double Spirit Bastion was going to get big sweeping strikes value from Drake, bringing it slightly ahead on mana here. Still with an ice block left in the tank. They're in a good position. They need to make something happen right now. They're on match point, facing elimination against Method NA. They're making a push onto Cerulean. Can they close it out here? Brain in the fear. Cerulean stuck in that Ring of Frost, waiting to try and get away, but he's not able to, and Brain has to Divine Shield. Cerulean blinks in for Poly, not finding it, trying to get it, gets it on Corlick. That could just be game winning here. Cerulean popping off with that Rune of Power onto Jamili. Is Jamili going to survive? Do they have more crowd control? Brain's in position. Blinding Light gets Warbannered. Nice Warbanner there by Nick, but now a full Hammer of Justice. Jamili once again needs to avoid death. Cerulean has to block. Jamili's pulling it off despite Death's Door knocking, turning it around, getting cooldowns from Cerulean, and now a Stormbolt with a Hodge on the Brain. This could be it for them. Cerulean has to blink back defensively. Jamili absolutely putting his team back in the series. They proc the Wild Seed, and they are cutting it down. Are they going to kill the Wild Seed? Jamili's Wild Seed proc! Jamili's Wild Seed proc! Is Cerulean's going to live? Cerulean's Wild Seed lives. Jamili's popped in his Wild Seed. I think both Wild Seeds are going to live. No, Jamili gets dispelled, and Jamili goes down. Method NA close it out. I can't believe it. Corlick just had no mana left, and Method NA kept playing it out.
The game has started. Walk us through this Zug Zug Fest, Sid.
All right, so Death Knights.
That's a Murloc, dude.
It's
The triple.
there's the
Big
grip go
damage
is
on
very,
Surround
very key.
Yeah, Surround getting really low right now. These are the setups we're talking about. When Valido can grip everybody in, this is when they can get a lot of pressure. But outside of that window, it's going to be up to Suralium and Drake to kind of strike back, put a lot of damage out on that Frost Death Knight if they can. So far, I would say Suralium falling very far behind with a wind shear over onto Brain. Hamsters and Hares definitely not making this easy and punishing this Enhancement Shaman pick from Suralium. But they're turning it around. Big damage from Suralium. This is the Ascendance. This is the Bloodlust. This is where they can get the pressure rolling as both these teams exchange blows.
Bop goes out onto him there, and there isn't a purge per se, at least a reliable one on the team of Hamster's Hair, so that Bop sticks, and Suralium's is going to be A-okay. Stun goes out onto Zach. Big damage lands onto Valido. No AMS available. Pillar of Frost, though, he wants to get aggressive. Brain gets caught into that blind. Drake getting lower and lower, is forced to use his dive by the sword as well. And both teams going back and forth. Suralium actually getting low enough to get executed. Going to catch the sack from Brian. He gets put into a Stormbolt he has to trinket out of because he's getting swapped to. And someone could go down at any moment, Sid.
I mean, at any moment, I don't think there's any way this goes to dampening. The cooldowns have been stripped clean on the side of Method NA. This is why I thought it was a BM pick. Valido on the other side with that Frost Death Knight waiting for an opportunity, but Valido not taking a hit. They're going to bop him with the Death Pack. They remove the bop with Purge. Valido is still just getting lower and lower. Zach has to trade Sack with Triple Dragon incoming. Huge hit of damage out from Valido. Brain is desperate. Bubble, bop, everything left to keep Suralium alive throughout that exchange, and they have managed to survive. Now Bloodlust is coming up for Suralium. They could turn the tables here at any moment. They're waiting for that Avenging Wrath to subside on Zach. That's why Suralium is running in Ghost Wolf. Now popping the Bloodlust, getting on target with Avatar. This Death Knight could just explode. Is Zach ready for it? Avenging Wrath is still rolling. He's actually able to easily heal through this along with the Intervene. Roasty's just died by the sword, soaks all the hits, grip onto Brain into a double, a triple. Huge setup here on the Suralium and Brain. They're both getting cleaved. This could be a triple kill. They're absolutely getting shredded through by this Abomination Limb of Valido. Suralium trades well. Brain trades well. His Avenging Wrath, I think, proc from Word of Glory there. He needed it exactly right now if he was going to recover from that incoming attack. Will he, though? He's still just getting tunneled down. Zug, start to finish.
Yeah, Valido getting incredibly low. The anti-magic shell trades. Zach actually managed to sit down and get a little bit of a drink there during that exchange, but maybe falling behind. Now Brain going for a drink. Look at him. He's sipping. Let's see how much mana he can get. Recovering to around 50%. Valido trying to shut it down. Finally does, but that's definitely a small victory there for Method NA. Zach almost completely tapped on mana, and I don't know if he's going to be able to recover, but still, cooldowns are thin for both sides. Method NA, they could get taken down in one clean setup. Is this going to be the setup? Valido right now really ripping in here onto Brain, but look at Suralium in the back line, throwing in hexes on Zach, throwing in some off heals on Brain, help keeping him alive, and now the Bloodlust comes in. They're trying to take down Valido. He's going to drop the anti-magic zone. He does have some defense, but has to kind of preemptively use it here. Disarm on Suralium will shut down the Doom Winds and really limit his damage output. But still, Method NA, they have a tremendous amount of pressure, and Zach, unfortunately, his mana's not looking good, but Valido looking to strike back. Big setup here. Brain has no healing and will get absolutely crushed. Hamsters and Hares. I mean, Valido is a long-time cleaver. He's got to be feeling good in these matchups, and it's showing it here, putting a point on the board on Hook Point.
Welcome back, everyone. North American lower finals here. Winner of the series moves on to the grand finals to face off against Cloud9. It's OTK versus Method NA.
Super tease. Super tease.
The moonkin,
moonkin has entered the arena.
Kyrian. You don't want to see those. I'm just kidding. We like Kyrian. Like,
We love
We don't mind
Kyrian.
it.
He's got
This is
his
interesting.
little owl servant just going on in there.
Does
the
Kyrian
fight.
get Convoke?
No.
No. No, no, no.
Okay. I'll let you guys talk.
Kyrian is the more conservative pick. But I think Method NA got outpicked here. I think this is one of those things where they were expecting the cleave setup, and guess what? It wasn't a cleave. Now they're met with Sam I Am on the Fire Mage. Big setup here on Trill. Hammer of Justice out of the leg sweep. This is really big trouble. They get the diffuse magic, they get the trinket, but Prev was there. Sam I Am, honestly, he could have counterspelled those regrowths, and that would have been a lot scarier. So definitely need to isolate Drake. Next time, I like the targeting. Going after the Windwalker Monk's super good, but they need those interrupts on Prev in order to actually take him down.
It's the Monk v Monk showdown, and it looks like Drake is winning so far. Ooh, juicy Cyclone, keeping him nice and low here. And a triple DB, though, coming out from Sam I Am. Can't follow it up, though, with the sick in-cap onto Sam I Am. But here we go. Trill has to trade out that Karma anyway, and Drake is on the run. He's like, I got the button. I'm just going to peace out and not overextend for now. But Drake, he's out there. He still has that Karma on him, but Trill's got to be scared here moving forward. No trinket, no Karma. He's basically relying on Sea-Doo completely to save him on the next go.
All right, let's see if Sea-Doo is ready to protect Trill here. Trill cycloned, giving opportunity for Method NA to set up, but Sea-Doo's too far away behind the pillar, getting ready, anticipating, sidestepping back and forth. Moving in closer to the fight, looking like he wants to go for a Hammer of Justice. Drake's just retreating away from it, realizing no medallion on the Monk is a dangerous situation. Trill's getting blasted by Prev out in midfield at the moment. Sea-Doo's into a full cyclone. Drake gets stunned up, though, in the reverse. He gets bopped out of the stun to reverse back onto Trill. Sea-Doo responds with sacrifice. Now Drake on the back foot. Back and forth. Sea-Doo's sacrifice dot damage is massive on him. Prev is swapping over to Sea-Doo, launching out some Star Surges, trying to get a Divine Shield out from Sea-Doo as well amidst this exchange. But Avenging Wrath healing looks like it's going to be enough to stabilize. Although I do appreciate the sentiment of swapping, and they still got momentum. I mean, Drake's going to pop Swen. Maybe they just go after Sea-Doo here, get Divine Shield. Trill and Sea-Doo pin. Sam I Am's in a Cyclone. It's 3v2 here. Sea-Doo struggling a bit. If he gets interrupted, it's easily game over. He's at 30% remaining health. Prev's trying to get in line of sight. Trill is still just so low on health. Sea-Doo is struggling. His entire team. Okay, Divine Toll not struggling anymore.
Yeah, certainly not. Big healing coming in. What are they going to do? Hammer of Justice here on Trill. Sam Am defusing the situation just a little bit with the Dragon's Breath. Now looking for a Polymorph. Can he find it? Ring of Frost gets dropped down. Doesn't find it on anyone, though, and it will be Trill on the run. But he needs to be careful. He's got no trinket. He's behind the pillar here in one-on-one with Drake. Touch of Karma will trade. Drake gets the main objective there. Now Trill, he does have the trinket rotating back up, so feeling a little bit safe, but I think both these teams have kind of realized going after the Windwalker Monk is going to be kind of the main objective. Get him in a stun, get crowd control on the healer, and then try to get rid of Samurai and get rid of Prev so that they can't actually defend their Windwalker Monks. Bit of a strategy change here by OTK as they decide to go after Prev. A Brain in a prime position, very far away. Prev finding Cyclones, and traditionally, Moonkin is very, very tanky, so I think it's going to be difficult for Trill and Sam to actually take him down. See, though, Trinket from Prev in bear form should be enough to be more than okay, just kiting away. But that wasn't the combustion. That wasn't that much damage. A bit surprising. Going after Trill now. Trill's in so much trouble. There's no sacrifice. The beam goes out onto Sea-Doo. He trades the Divine Shield very quickly, but just no emergency healing left for Trill. And Method NA, they will take that game. Beautifully done by them. And I honestly thought they got outpicked, but maybe they realized this is a really strong comp.
Holy.
Prev's
damage is like crazy, actually.
Yeah, Moonkins are pretty good. Moonkins are pretty good, for sure.
Can you confirm, Sid?
Decent. Yeah.
I wanted to play this with Sid, and he told me no.
Wow.
Yeah, I get him. Here we go. Both teams actually opting to stick with the same composition. I like it. I like that OTK has the confidence in this composition, even if the first game didn't go their way. Prev looks like he's going to be the starting target for Trill. Hodge goes out onto Brian. Sea-Doo getting aggressive, even throwing the hammers. The Ring of Frost lands onto Brain to follow it up. What kind of damage is Prev going to be taking? Not a whole lot. Bear form is activated.
Bear form is activated. I think the frenzied regen is probably a little bit more of the reason. Prev's actually getting blasted. Are they just going to go? Wait, what are you saying again? Say that again. Say that again.
Hey, come on, that was a little
Say that for the people
there.
in the back.